Welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do my first tag of the year, and I have picked the 20 questions book tag. So I don't know who created this tag, but if I find out, I will link them in the description below. Otherwise, all of the questions are listed in the description, so if you want to join along, then do so. If you have already made this video, then pop your link in the comments and I will check out your video later on. But otherwise, let's get on with the tag. So question 1 is, how many books are too many in a series? And for me, as long as it's a good series and I continue to enjoy it, then any number of books is fine. I don't think there is too many. Question 2, how do you feel about cliffhangers? For me, if they're part of a series, then absolutely fine. If the intention is to encourage you to read the next book, then it's absolutely fine. If it's a one-off, if it's a standalone book and it just ends, it's infuriating. Question 3, hardcover or paperback? I love the look of hardcovers, and it does obviously make them more durable, but it also makes them annoying to try and carry around and extremely expensive. So I tend to only buy hardbacks if I want special editions, non-fiction, something that I want to keep as a collector rather than a reader. But if it's going to be a book that I'm going to read and hopefully love and enjoy, then it's a paperback. Question 4, favourite book? This is really difficult. So I'm basically just going to give my 3 all-time favourites, which are Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Question 5, least favourite book? This was a book that I had to study in school. I hated it at the time. I reread it about 10 years later just to try and get a different perspective, and I still absolutely hated it. And that book is Enduring Love by Ian McEwan. Question 6, love triangle, yes or no? No. Question 7, the most recent book you just couldn't finish. So the last book that I DNF'd in 2022 was Sundial by Catriona Ward. Out of all the books that I DNF'd last year, that is probably the one that I would give a second go at. So I am hoping to try and reread it again at some point this year, because I don't necessarily think it was a bad book. I think maybe I just wasn't quite in the headspace for it. So I'm hoping that if I give it another chance, I might like it a bit more than I did. Or at least get all the way through it. So question 8, a book you're currently reading. I am currently reading a non-fiction true crime book called Buried Beneath the Boarding House by Ryan Green. Question 9, the last book you recommended to somebody. The last book that I recommended to my dad was Kin by Keelan Patrick Burke. Question 10, the oldest book that you've read by publication date. just off the top of my head, the oldest book that I think I own, which I haven't read yet, is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Question 11. Newest book that you've read by publication date. The most recently published book that I read last year was Hyde by Kirsten White. Question 12. Favourite author? So again, I'm going to cheat and give multiple answers, and I'm going to say Daphne du Maurier, Keelan Patrick Burke, and Stephen King. Question 13. Buying books or borrowing books? For me, it's buying. Question 14. A book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. I am just going to name an author because I have read 2 or 3 of her books now and I hated every single one, and that is Gillian Flynn. Question 15. Bookmarks or dog ears? Bookmarks. I do not dog ear books. Question 16. A book you can always reread. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Easy. I've read it 5 or 6 times. Question 17. Can you read while hearing music? I can, but I generally choose not to. Question 18. One POV, point of view, or multiple POVs? Either. As long as it's written well, then I don't mind. Question 19. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? If it's a novella, then yeah, easily to do in one day. If it's a novel, I do tend to prefer to spread it out just a little bit. And then question 20 is, who do you tag? Anybody who wants to do it. As I said at the start of this video, if you have already done it, then link your video below and I will check it out. Otherwise, just let me know in the comments what some of your answers are. And I will see you in another video. Bye!